What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a pretty interesting battle. It's sort of not for any league. I will explain that. We are in a huge league war called the Pokemon Grand Prix, and we did join this league as part of the IBA, but the IBA did not get enough players to be participating as the IBA, so what they did was they made up a separate division since they still needed that 8th division for the league war, as there is the APA, the BBL, the ICBA, the NCP, which we were actually already in, but by the time the IBA disbanded, NCP was too full. The PCL, which is the league we were formerly a part of, the PGBL, and the TBL. I think the PGBL is Roots League, a guy that we played at PCL twice, and then the TBL is, I think, Goldoa's league. So we have history with almost every league here. We almost made it into BBL, and we we actually got banned from ICBA because of the people in PCL did not like us. So basically what happens is there's going to be what is it, 8? I forget how many people are on our team. Let's see. There is 9 players per team. 1 person will sit out each week. You draft all from the same draft board, and so we were able to just hand pick our own teams. Basically, there was no draft order or anything like that. You could just build whatever you wanted as long as it fit in the points system. So a quick run over of our team. I'm not going to go too in depth into it. We have Megaladios, Sylveon, Rotom Heat with Z-moves, Metagross, Cloyster, Meganium, Dugtrio, Terrakion with Z-moves, and Drapion. I really wanted to build around Megaladios. There's a couple mods I've never tried that I really wanted to, like Rotom Heat, Metagross, Cloyster, Dugtrio, Terrakion, and Drapion. Megaladios, of course. I wanted to try a bunch of those Pokemon. And as you can tell on screen and by this horrifying music that's playing in the background, we are playing LUX for the, I think this is the 4th time. We talked about it because he beat us both times in the PCL, once in the regular season, once in playoffs. We played in the Ocean League. I cannot remember who won. I will actually go see if I can't find that replay real quick. Let's see. I'm pretty positive I played him. Actually, I can just go look at the doc real quick. Let's see. Let me find my team name. I haven't been on this doc in so long. Groningen Galades. We did lose to him. Sorry. I clicked it too fast. We did lose to him 3-0. So going into this battle, we are sitting at a clean 0-3 against LUX. So we've had a bit of trouble fighting him. So going into this, this was a must-win for me, as this was one of the hardest challenges for our team. Our team name, since we were just a bunch of players put together from different leagues, we are the Breedjects. I did not pick it. I don't like it. I don't care. I just want to compete. Funnily enough, I think 3 other people in our little division here, or league, I don't know what you want to call it, were also kicked out of PCL for minor infractions. One guy they said that they didn't like him. One, they said he was too annoying, yada yada. So it's kind of funny that our first week's matchup is actually against PCL. At the current time that we are sitting at, we are 1-1. I won't spoil who if anyone's watching that watches the PGP. So our division is 1-1, and I felt like this was a must-win as Lux is one of the best battlers in our matchup here. Now let me go ahead and pull this up to, I don't know how I'm going to add it or how big it's going to be, but let me pull this up. This is another reason why I wanted to go all in this battle and put a lot of prep into this. Let's see. Because even the whole league did not. Let me zoom this out. I can work on this without you guys seeing it. Oh boy, wrong button. Even the entire league that is put together in the PGP, or server I mean, did not believe in it. Oh. There we go. We were voted at 30-6, and I do believe the 6 that voted for us were like from my own division. So like even it's just fuel in the fire basically. Let's see, the 6 that were picked were 3 people that predicted me to win this game. So that's kind of fuel added to the fire right there. We can go ahead and get rid of that. Going into this battle, I knew a couple things. One, a good amount of our team was not going to be able to come to this battle. Like, I did not feel like Meganium had a good matchup. I did not feel like Terrakion or Drapion had a good matchup, so I kind of felt like the other 6 I had to build around. Seeing what he has here, Terrakion actually would have went in if I was like a double dance set. It actually would have went in. A double dance with a Z move would have went in on this team. But, you know, that's hindsight. I'll go in depth on each one. So I knew that a shell smashing sweeper cloister was never going to be the option. So we are actually, let me pull up the, great, I'm pretty sure it's on this side, which is going, oh good. Okay, there we go. We are a max defense spike setting cloister with rapid spin, toxic, and icicle spear. Icicle spear was there for the crocodile for just chip damage on everything not named Ferrothorn or Toxapex, and then of course the Noivern. And I knew that he didn't really want to bring Defog this week, as it didn't seem like I had the best rock setters. And even if I did, the rocks don't really affect his team too much here, as he only has, as you can see, 1 Pokemon weak to it. So not that important for him to bring Defog. That's why oh, and Toxic Spikes wouldn't hurt him because of Toxapex. So I prioritized getting my spikes up. And I'm also there to eat hits from Crocodile or Ferrothorn. And a couple other from his team, like, let's see. God, this song is giving me a headache. Let me put these 2 together here. Nope. Do what I ask. There we go. Also there to take hits from. Oh, I guess that's all his physical attackers. That's all I built it for. Moving on, we have a Max Spadef Sylveon. It's there for the Mew and the Noivern, and that's also my Wish Passing Heal Bell Toxic for my Sylveon, basically just to keep everyone healthy. I don't necessarily need to be clicking Hyper Voice at any time, as I have answers for these other Pokemon in the back. I have a Focus Sash Dugtrio, which is basically there just to get revenge kills on things like Megalopony, Crocodile, or Mew if it gets a whole lot low, like under 50, and then Toxapex, of course, if it gets below, I think, like 90. I can come in, KO that thing. It's also my Stealth Rocker, but I didn't see Stealth Rocks as being that valuable. I was just going to click them if necessary. Moving on to Metagross, I'm a max attack, max defense, bold, I think it is. Impish, with Rocky Helmet specifically for his Megalopony. As a Meteor Mash, then a Bullet Punch took out Megalopony, regardless of him hitting me for Rocky Helmet damage. It also dealt pretty well with Toxapex, as unless he got the Scald Burn, I could handle him with Earthquake, and then I could eat hits from Noivern and fire off an Ice Punch to OHKO that thing as well. Let's see. We've already talked about Doug Trio. I will go back to Rotom Toast. Oh, that's my nickname, by the way. Rotom Toast. After my Latios Mega, I did accidentally put the wrong nature on it, so we were actually no bulk in defense, but we were bold, which is nice, I guess. Then we were Ice Beam, Psyshock, Roost, and Substitute, so that we could basically stand in front of that Toxapex and it could never do damage to us. And we could also deal with the rest of his team fairly well with Psyshock and Ice Beam. Almost wanted to run Bolt Beam, but I don't think it really mattered. We were almost max speed and then max special attack, as I felt like I had enough bulk to eat hits from everything not named Crocodile. And then the last mon, the MVP, even before coming to this battle, I know this thing's going to be the MVP of this battle. It deals so well. I can levitate over Crocodile's Earthquakes. I can Will-O-Wisp Crocodile or Lopunny or Ferrothorn. I have Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Overheat, and Will-O-Wisp. So I can hinder things with Will-O-Wisp very well. I can Volt Switch around if need be. And I can Overheat Ferrothorn. So I knew that. Oh, and I have Z Thunderbolt as well, as that Oko's Toxapex and Thunderbolt actually does not. I have a hair of defense in there just so that I can take some hits from like maybe Lopunny or Crocodile. So let's go ahead and get into this battle, as that was an extremely long team builder, but I kind of just have to preface this battle with that. He leads with Crocodile, possibly thinking that I'm like a shell smashing Cloyster. That might have been my only lead, or Doug Trio would have been my lead as well. That'd be probably my only two leads, as I cannot get the best of the lead matchups here, as I can just fire off a spike for free, as he knocks off my leftovers, which don't matter that much in the long run, as I really need this thing for spikes and rapid spin. That's all I need. I heavily considered an Icicle Spear here, because it actually almost took it out. Didn't take it out at -1, but decided against it, I think. I'm pretty sure I put up my second layer of spikes here. Yes, I do go ahead and put up my second layer of spikes here, as I know I don't want to stay in on this Ferrothorn, and this is actually going to be a huge threat to our team, as this Ferrothorn, as we only really have Rotom to take this thing on. So I go ahead and I switch into it before he sets up his rocks, but he actually clicks Leech Seed, which is very interesting. So now we're kind of stuck in this. Now that I see Leech Seed, I see Protect, or I'm predicting Protect. And so I'm thinking, okay, I maybe want him to think that I am Choice Locked, so I'm going to go ahead and click Volt Switch. Kind of predicting him to switch out after seeing the Volt Switch into his Crocodile. As I do fire off the Overheat this time, no, Will-O-Wisp this time, to hinder this thing from doing any damage with its Gyro Ball or Power Whips that it could be firing off at me. So I do go ahead and click Will-O-Wisp this turn to get Crocodile very, very hindered. I mean, this thing is now almost useless against our team, minus its Intimidate option. Oh god, this song is tearing through my brain right now. We do go ahead and knock this thing into useless form with our Will-O-Wisp. God, I'm also sick, by the way, so this sucks. It hurts to talk, but I'm here. He does go ahead and make a pretty solid switch. There's no way I was clicking Volt Switch or Overheat there, as I am -2, so this thing could probably even eat a -2 Overheat. As I go ahead and I switch right back into Cloyster, which is still fine. Now I can just go right back into Rotom Heat, again predicting the rocks to go up, as he probably knows I have absolutely nothing on that Cloyster to deal with him. As he just goes ahead and he clicks Leech Seed again, which is terrible now, as I am slowly getting chipped away on my Rotom Toast, and this is like my win con for sure. Like I said, this is going to be my MVP for this battle. I have to keep this thing alive. I'm like, this deals with every single mon on his team almost, so I'm going to Volt Switch here, predicting him to switch. As he does switch into Desabella. Oh no, I Overheat. I'm stupid. Like I said, I'm sick. I did just do this battle, but like literally 5 minutes ago. As more Leech Seed chip is really hurting our Rotom, but I do have a guaranteed switch into Sylveon here, all day, every day. As he does go ahead and click, wait for it, U-turn. Now this is one of his Z move users, so I'm very afraid because even like 0 attack, Z Iron Tail from this Noivern can actually knock out Sylveon, and that would be terrifying. Now, predicting a Leech Seed here, or possibly a Stealth Rocks, I'm going to go ahead and click Wish this turn. Like, that's my goal. As I'm looking, and Gyro Ball cannot kill me, and Gyro Ball actually, even if he decides to put rocks up, cannot take out our Rotom Heat unless he is offensively invested, which is very valuable information for me. So I do go ahead and I click the Wish, and I do switch into Rotom Heat here, as I have to get Rotom Heat back up to max HP. I have to. Or well, whatever this range will get me to. So I get knocked down to 23 HP, as he does go ahead and click Gyro Ball, and I take a huge risk, and he is not attack invested, and I do live the Gyro Ball, and I get up to a little over half HP. I think it was 60 something HP. As I get the 50-50 wrong here again, and I do click Volt Switch, which is actually terrifying, as it gives this thing a free Gyro Ball on anything, or Leech Seed. As he just goes ahead and clicks Leech Seed, which is pretty smart on his part. I'm predicting a Protect here, so I believe this turn click Spikes. Let's see. No, I'm clicking Rapid Spin. I'm clicking Rapid Spin to guarantee get these rocks off the field. Nope, I'm an idiot. I'm clicking Spikes to guarantee my 3rd layer Spikes, as I was predicting him to click Protect. As he just keeps clicking Leech Seed, as that's probably the smartest thing he can do to chip down my Cloyster, and guarantee Leech Seed stays up if I switch to save this Cloyster. So now I can go ahead and click Rapid Spin, as it does guarantee get the rocks off the field, so Rotom Heat can actually make its return to the battlefield, as that's the only thing I have to deal with this pawn right here. As he is just going to keep continuing to click Leech Seed, as that is his best play for sure. As Leech Seed goes ahead and takes us out, which is a-okay, as this thing did its job. It got all 3 layers of Spikes up, and it got Stealth Rocks off the field, so that I could switch into Rotom Toast here with no rocks on the field, which is amazing. As he goes ahead and he makes another switch, and I'm like, dang, he keeps getting these plays right. But if I would have clicked Volt Switch here, it wouldn't have mattered, because this chip damage on Crocodile is actually very nice, as I'm just making this thing even more useless against our team. I do Volt Switch here. Man, I'm getting these 50-50s wrong again. As I do switch into, what do I switch into now? Alright, Sylveon, so that because I know this thing can do nothing to me, as he goes ahead and he clicks Knock Off, which is actually amazing that I switched there, as he, at this point, does not know that I am Electrium Z. He might think I might be like some kind of berry, as in like a Charty Berry or something along those lines, as I do get a free Wish off here. I did really heavily consider clicking Hyper Voice there just to take out Crocodile, but I do want to get up the Wish for my Rotom so bad, as I know this thing can do absolutely 0 to my Rotom here. So I'm switching this thing back in to get back to max HP. If you'd like the Gyro Ball, it does about 15 damage, which is fine with me, as he goes ahead and he clicks up his rocks, which is smart, because there's no way that I can get rid of them unless this Rotom has Defog, which at this point he has seen all but Thunderbolt. So I do get a 50-50 correct here, as I do stay in and I click Overheat, and he stays in, and I kill the Ferrothorn, which is MVP right there. That's MVP, already makes Rotom MVP, which is amazing. I get a 50-50 correct, and he gets a 50-50 wrong, and that's amazing. As I know I really need the HP left on this Rotom, so I'm going to switch out, as Sylveon is my guaranteed switch in every single time here to this Noivern, as he clicked Hurricane, which sadly does not miss. I'm looking at the calc and I'm like, okay, I can live easily even a Z Hurricane. So I'm going to Wish up here, as he does show me Z Hurricane. Thank God it's not Z Iron Tail. Z Iron Tail would have murdered us. Man, this is a really long animation on Wi-Fi. Noivern does do an immense chunk to us, as I do get the Wish off. Sadly, I am not Protect on this set. I am Toxic, just so that the Mew cannot absolutely wall me. So I cannot get all my HP back here, or Sylveon would have actually done so much. And I almost predicted too to click Hyper Voice here. If I had done that, oh my god, because I don't have Protect, which he does not know. Oh my god, I would have won right there. I would have got a almost max HP Sylveon. I would have killed a Lopunny with Hyper Voice or two. As I do switch right into this was my switch into the Noivern anyways, as I can take any hit and be healed right back up. As I do go ahead and I click Meteor Mash here, as this Meteor Mash plus Bullet Punch kills the Lopunny, and I do have the Rocky Helmet. I do have Clear Body, so this Intimidate is even more useless on this Crocodile. Like, this Crocodile is just a waste of space right now, as I do get the Meteor Mash attack raise, which is so good. And at this point he sends in Kuhaku, which is his Mew. I'm like, oh no, if this thing does have Will-O-Wisp, I do not want to risk it. I can't take that risk, and I have to swap out into my Sylveon to sack off to the rocks, just to see what this thing wants to go for as well. And he shows us Shadow Ball, and I'm like, okay, interesting. I know this is wild as I'm sending in a Latios, but I am bulky enough that I can take multiple hits from the Shadow Ball. And I noticed that I think Ice Beam was a 3-hit KO at this range. Potentially he outspeeds us too with the speed that we have invested, which we do find out he does not. And actually right now this is when the extra special attack would have been great from being modest over freaking bold for no reason. As the Shadow Ball goes 139 down to 73, which is almost 70 damage. And I think, okay, I can live another one. I'm not going to roost. I'm going to click Ice Beam. He lives on a Sliver, and he gets a high roll to take out our Mega Latios, which sucks. And Mega Latios still had things to do in this battle. But now I can go ahead and send in my Dugtrio, which sucks that rocks are still up as this thing is Focus Sashed and it breaks our sash, but we can guarantee take out the Mew, which is extremely valuable in my opinion. Oh, about dropped my controller. That would have sucked. Hope I didn't hit a button. So we do go ahead and confirm the kill on Mew, which gets him to send in his Nico Yazawa. Ooh, I can't say that right. Nico Yazawa. So I'm still predicting this thing to click Protect, as because of spikes, this thing has already taken 50% damage, which is absolutely worth losing Cloyster early in the game. I am going to go ahead and send in Metagross here to take the damage from the hopefully Fake Out. That's what I'm hoping to take the damage with right now, as a Fake Out damage, so that the Rocky Helmet kicks in. As he goes ahead and he makes a good prediction, clicking High Jump Kick here and doing about half, a little over half to our Metagross, which sucks, as if he gets the 2 high rolls he will take us out, but with Bullet Punch and Rocky Helmet damage he will be knocked out. If he can get this roll here and take us out as well. He does get the somewhat high roll. I don't know what the percentage was, but I do believe it's over 50% of a roll. And we do have a double down here with Mega Lopunny dying to Metagross's Rocky Helmet. As he sends in Decibella, as I make a wrong 50-50 here, as I could have sent in Rotom, but instead I sent in Dugtrio, hoping he might have not been max speed, because he has to be almost exactly 252 timid to outspeed me, or miss a Hurricane or a Draco, which is very easy for both of those things to happen. As he clicks Draco here and blows away Dugtrio, and he does outspeed us, and he does land the Draco, which sucks pretty bad. But now he's -2 instead of the Hurricane. Hurricane would have been a better option for him, I believe. So now I send in Rotom Toast at 75% HP, so I can eat. So Thunderbolt from this range kills almost all the time. Or it will 2-hit KO the Toxapex. So I fire off a Thunderbolt here, which, oh, look at this. This is why I ran Z Thunderbolt, because look, it lives on a sliver of health. A sliver of health, so that did 74% damage. I bet you it lived at 1. He didn't tell me. So he actually clicks Baneful Bunker here for some reason. I guess just to stall a turn out. At this point, unless he gets a crit, I win this game. That's right, you heard it here first. I win this game. Thunderbolt takes this out. And unless he crits a Draco right now, Z Thunderbolt is a 100%. He has to have so much HP, it's not even funny to live this Z Thunderbolt. And it doesn't matter because he is at 75% HP. He clicks Draco. If he crits this, he wins the game and we lose right here. We live! We get our revenge on not only Lux, we get our revenge on PCL, our personal revenge, because we don't know what else the division is going to end up doing, but we get our personal revenge on the PCL, taking it out with a Z Thunderbolt or a Gigavolt Havoc, whatever you want to call it. We pick up a 1-0 win, as differential does not matter in this league, it is just wins. So a 1-0 win for our basically our league, and for a like personal victory, I could care less what happened in the rest of the PGP or in this tournament, whatever you want to call it. I beat the PCL on for myself, you know, if you understand what I mean, and I took down someone who has been such a problem for me to beat for months now, and I finally get my first win against Lux. And we do our job taking down the PCL. If you guys have enjoyed this, please drop a like down below. Again, I'm sorry for this horrendous song in the background, but this is actually Lux's favorite anime, I don't know, what do you call it, his waifu. As you can tell, he did name one of them after Nico. Who is Nico? Oh yeah, his Lopunny is Nico. That's why this horrible song is in there. If you guys have enjoyed this, drop a like down below. Subscribe if you want to see more. And I am peacing out.